Hello, everybody, and welcome back to M&J Games. I'm Michael, and today we are looking at a coaster blueprint that is created by Poops It Out, who just has some amazing creations on console. And this is the first one that he has made that is just a single coaster instead of a park. And this coaster is called Comet, and there's a description that Poops It Out put on the workshop. So I'm not going to read through all of it because it's a long description. But essentially, this classic Woody looks amazing on the skyline of any park. It's a 4 meter smooth and comes with realism theming, as you can see. And it says use the signs. And so basically, I place pathing based on how these signs said to place pathing. So if you want to place this in your park, use the pathing this way. So that's kind of the description that he gave with that. And it says it has a transfer track. The coaster began life as the Crystal Beach Cyclone, which, if anybody knows that, is infamously one of the most dangerous coasters ever created. But he says the most infamous wooden coaster in history, known for having a nurse's station after the ride. Could you imagine just go on a wooden coaster and there's a nurse station right there for you just in case? But he says it's had a crazy history and it's been basically reworked on a lot, and in 1995 was given the title of one of the world's best wooden coasters. And so I'm assuming this creation is based off the 1995 version, but the layout is it's out and back, and as you can see, just it intertwines, and look at the custom supporting. That is awesome. So that is really, really cool, and I don't know why I just did that, because that was not awesome. So, oh yeah, gosh, the weirdness comes out sometimes. So I love when you have done custom supports too, how you did the custom supports, because right here it's a cool kind of view as the coaster goes through that right there. Like I think it's let's see, yeah, it's gonna be coming this way in a second. Yeah, so that's a really, really cool look. And then you did these supports over here as well, but you added a little bit more to them with the lower section. Just amazing, amazing job. This looks amazing. And then I love too having the wooden fence kind of go up alongside there. And then there's one area over here as well that you've got that fence, and just really cool touch. Really well done. And then we got the transfer track area. And what I love about this is you might look at this and say, which is that? Hold on. Oh, yeah, so that's custom wood railing. And so this is a custom base for that. Let's see if I can actually click on it. Okay, no, so that part might actually be part of the coaster that I'm trying to click on. But essentially, so what would happen here, because when I first saw this, I was like, oh, well, how does the coaster track get over? But what I didn't recognize right away, because I've done one of these as well, is the idea is that you've got these kind of locomotive rails that it's on, is that you'd press a button, which, by the way, I think got this idea from me, which is really cool to see other people using your creations, but he made it better as he's got even more wires going from it. And then you got a wire going in here to the operator's booth, to that kind of box down there. But essentially what happens is you press a button and it just simply shifts over, right? Now, what I would say that we probably need is another one over here, to then when this one shifts over, you've got another one that shifts onto the track. Or what you could do, I guess maybe what would happen is the coaster train would be on this portion. It would shift over. You then touch another button and it reverses back this way. And then you can, and then I guess that's how you'd have to do it. Just trying to figure out the technical way of how this one would work. But I love the transfer track area. Love all the custom realism, the custom fencing. Love the station design. Used a lot of different building pieces here. So like you see the detail using those thick wooden beams right there, but then thick wooden beams again. So I guess we got all these are thick wooden beams. But then you've got the haunted house and basic wooden pillars, and you just have a mixture of stuff. You got that custom fencing. So I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. And as I said, love the realism with, like, look at the detail of this on-ride photo. That is awesome. And so eventually we're going to actually ride this coaster. Just the detail's amazing. Once again, as you look in the station, you got the custom kind of cubbies there where you can hold your stuff. Really well done. Oh, and that's a good place to kind of put a button right there. Even though technically everything would come from the control room, you wouldn't have a button just sitting out there where somebody could reach over and touch it or something. So really cool. And so now, without further ado, let's actually take a ride on the coaster. That was a great little coaster. I think it was fantastic. As one thing we didn't do before is we didn't look at the stats. So let's pause this for a second. Let's take a look at the stats. I don't really care about being all green. G-forces look great. Biggest drop, only 82 feet. Ooh, 11 airtime count. That's a lot. So what I want to do is go into orbit mode so we can kind of get a good view of this coaster going around the track. And I love that little building at the top, and the detail on that is really, really good. And so I'd love to get your opinion on this. What do you think of this? Has anybody been on this coaster by any chance? If this is a representation of the 1995 coaster, well, the 1995 version. And yeah, if you want to place this in your park, make sure to kind of follow the directions. As you can see, there's a couple things there and some wording there telling you kind of what to do with that, because this is a really cool coaster to have kind of going right beside kind of a main pathway in the park. And this would definitely be one that I would ride as long as it's not too jolty. But I love this kind of double down here, so you can see that element. You know, there's maybe a little bit where it kind of loses a little bit of its luster, but it also has some of that really good old-fashioned, actually it's got a lot of that really good old-fashioned wooden coaster feel on when it turns. It doesn't do like a quick turn. It actually flattens out and takes a longer time to kind of do a turnaround. So really, really cool. As I said before, absolutely love this. Love all the work that Poops It Out does in his creations. Just does an amazing job. And the links to the other videos or the other parks that I've spotlighted by Poops It Out are below. So I highly recommend going and checking that out. And once again, thank you guys for watching, as it really means a lot, all the support that is shown. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.